Have you ever stopped to think that your morning breakfast could be quietly harming your health after 60? Imagine starting your day with foods you believe are healthy, only to discover they might be increasing your blood pressure, straining your kidneys, or even elevating your risk of chronic illnesses. In today's video, we'll uncover the hidden dangers lurking in your breakfast routine and reveal 3 common foods that could be sabotaging your well-being. Stay with us until the end to learn how simple changes can transform your health, boost your energy levels, and enhance your quality of life in your golden years. Plus, you'll discover easy, delicious alternatives that make healthy eating effortless and enjoyable. Don't miss out on these life-changing insights that could protect you and your loved ones. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive into the secrets of a truly healthy breakfast. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Processed foods. Processed foods have become such an ingrained part of our daily lives, especially for seniors, that it can be incredibly hard to imagine a morning without them. From instant oatmeal packets to frozen waffles and sugary cereals, these convenient, ready-to-eat options are the breakfast of choice for many older adults. They're quick, they're easy, and for years, they've been the go-to solution for a rushed morning. But here's a startling fact that most seniors don't realize. The foods we've come to rely on for their convenience could be doing far more harm than good, especially as we age. After the age of 60, our bodies change in ways we might not fully understand, and those seemingly harmless breakfast choices can start to have serious, lasting consequences for our health. Take Robert, for instance. He's 72 years old, and for as long as he can remember, his breakfast routine consisted of a packet of instant oatmeal and a packaged pastry. It was always quick, he recalls, shrugging. I didn't think much of it. But then my doctor showed me my blood pressure numbers, and everything changed. Robert, like so many other seniors, had no idea that his choice of breakfast could be silently damaging his health. What seemed like a minor convenience, something that saved him time in the morning, was contributing to his health problems. And sadly, Robert isn't alone. Many seniors aren't aware that processed foods, especially those consumed regularly, can wreak havoc on everything from our heart health to our digestion. But as we age, these foods can cause significant damage that's much harder to reverse. So why is this such a big issue for seniors? Dr. Williams, a respected expert in senior nutrition, offers a straightforward explanation. Processed breakfast foods are often packed with excessive amounts of salt, harmful preservatives, and hidden sugars. These ingredients don't just affect you the same way they did when you were younger. As you get older, your body becomes much more sensitive to these things. What didn't bother you at 40 can now be a serious issue at 60, or even 50, he explains. And that's the hard truth. Our bodies, while still strong and resilient, don't process food the same way as we get older. The excess salt, sugar, and artificial additives we consume can gradually build up and lead to long-term health problems. To illustrate this, let's take a closer look at what's really in your typical processed breakfast foods. For instance, a packet of instant oatmeal may seem harmless enough, but it often contains around 200 milligrams of salt. That's a surprising amount of sodium to consume in a meal that's supposed to be a healthy start to your day. If you already have high blood pressure, that extra salt could be putting you at risk of serious complications. It's easy to overlook how much salt we're getting from processed foods, but it adds up quickly. And if you think about the frozen waffles, those are filled with preservatives and artificial ingredients designed to keep them fresh on store shelves. While convenient, these preservatives can increase inflammation in your body, making joint pain worse and causing digestive issues. Unfortunately, many seniors don't realize that their kidneys don't process salt as efficiently as they once did, and eating things like bacon or sausage in the morning puts extra strain on them. That strain can lead to raised blood pressure and other health problems down the line. Dr. Williams has seen these issues firsthand with his older patients, and the results are often eye-opening. Many seniors report feeling dramatically better once they eliminate processed foods from their diet. It's not just about the immediate physical benefits, like lower blood pressure or less joint pain, but also the long-term health improvements that come from cutting back on preservatives and unhealthy additives. It's clear, processed foods don't just make us feel sluggish in the short term, they can set us up for serious health challenges in the future. But what about the healthier, processed breakfast options? We've all seen those special breakfast bars or drinks marketed to seniors, promising to be packed with essential vitamins and minerals. They sound like the perfect solution for anyone looking to improve their nutrition, but Dr. Williams isn't sold on them. Just because something has added vitamins doesn't mean it's healthy, he warns. Many of these products still contain artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and other chemicals that can cause harm, particularly as you get older. While these products may appear to be a quick fix, they're often filled with the same problematic ingredients found in other processed foods. Take breakfast drinks, for example. Many seniors choose these because they're easy to grab on the go, but most contain artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and chemicals that your digestive system, already more sensitive with age, just can't handle. These ingredients can lead to bloating, discomfort, and other digestive issues, turning what was meant to be a convenient solution into a source of frustration. Even those seemingly healthy whole grain cereals can be deceiving. Sure, whole grains are good for you, but many brands sneak in added sugars and preservatives, hiding them behind complex names that can be difficult to decipher. Dr. Williams cuts through the confusion by saying, if you need a dictionary to read the ingredient list, you probably shouldn't eat it. And he's right. If we can't recognize the ingredients on the label, it's time to ask ourselves if we should be eating it. When we're shopping for food, we should aim for simplicity. Real food, the kind that nourishes our bodies and provides the energy we need, should be recognizable, natural, and unprocessed. The good news is that it's possible to have a quick, easy breakfast without resorting to processed foods. You don't have to spend hours in the kitchen to make something healthy. For example, instead of reaching for that instant oatmeal, try making regular oats the night before. Prepare a batch in advance and store it in the fridge. In the morning, simply heat it and add fresh fruit, nuts, or a drizzle of honey for a naturally sweet boost. Instead of sugary cereals, why not enjoy a bowl of fresh fruit paired with plain yogurt? This simple, nutritious breakfast will give you lasting energy without the blood sugar spikes. Or, for something savory, try a slice of whole grain toast topped with mashed avocado. It's quick, easy, and packed with healthy fats that are great for your heart. Joan, a 65-year-old woman who has made this switch, shared her experience. I used to think eating healthy meant spending a lot of time cooking. But now, I make overnight oats on Sundays for the whole week. In the morning, I just add fresh berries and nuts. It's so simple, and after 6 months, my blood pressure has improved, and I feel more energized all day. Joan is a perfect example of how small changes can make a big difference. By investing a little time up front, she's reaped the long-term benefits of better health, improved energy levels, and greater peace of mind. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If you're worried about convenience, you're not alone. Many seniors fear that giving up processed foods means spending hours cooking and preparing meals. But Mary, a 68-year-old woman who lives alone, found a simple solution that works perfectly for her. I don't want to cook big meals, she says. So I cook plain oatmeal in batches, keep hard-boiled eggs in the fridge, and stock up on fresh fruit that's easy to eat. I add plain yogurt and nuts for a quick protein boost, and I can put together a healthy breakfast in just a few minutes. Mary's approach is an excellent example of how healthy, unprocessed meals can be both quick and satisfying. It doesn't take a gourmet chef to eat well. It just takes a little planning and preparation. Dr. Williams recommends setting aside just 30 minutes on a Sunday to prep for the week ahead. This small amount of time can set you up for healthy breakfasts all week long, making it easier to stay on track. His patients who've made the switch to unprocessed breakfasts often notice significant improvements in their overall health. These changes aren't just about feeling less bloated or more energetic. They also include more stable blood pressure, reduced joint pain, and better digestion. Bill, 75, experienced this firsthand. After just 2 weeks of eating unprocessed breakfasts, my brain fog cleared up, he says. I didn't realize how much those processed foods were affecting my thinking until I stopped eating them. Bill's story is a powerful reminder of how deeply our food choices can impact our mental clarity, energy, and overall well-being. Here's one final crucial point. If you take medications in the morning, eating whole foods instead of processed options can help your body absorb those medications more effectively. Many processed foods can interfere with the absorption of important medications, especially those related to blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. The right kind of breakfast can support your health in ways you might not even realize, making your medications more effective and helping you feel better overall. Making these changes doesn't have to be about perfection. It's about progress. Start with one small swap, like replacing your instant oatmeal with regular oats. Then, as you get comfortable, add more whole foods into your routine. Small changes add up to big health benefits over time, and before you know it, you'll feel healthier, more energized, and better able to take on the day. The bottom line is this: you don't have to sacrifice convenience for your health. By choosing whole, unprocessed foods, you can enjoy a simple, satisfying breakfast that supports your health, boosts your energy, and helps you live your best life. And the best part? It's never too late to start. Every small change you make today can lead to a healthier tomorrow. So, why not make that change now? Your body will thank you for it. 2. Foods high in refined sugar. As we get older, we all come to realize that the little habits we thought were harmless might be slowly damaging our health. One of the most overlooked dangers for seniors is the foods packed with refined sugar that sneak into our breakfast routines, disguised as innocent, sometimes even healthy, choices. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that a little sweetness in the morning is just a treat, something to make our day feel better or to give us that initial burst of energy. But what many don't realize, until it's too late, is that for adults over 60, a breakfast loaded with sugar can set off a cascade of health problems that you don't see coming until you're faced with a diagnosis you never expected. Take Linda, for example. At 70, she had always prided herself on her healthy morning routine. I'd wake up and have a glass of fresh orange juice, a bowl of sweetened yogurt, and maybe a fruit Danish to round it off, she recalls with a slight shake of her head, as though she can't quite believe how misled she was. She thought she was starting her day right, getting her vitamins, antioxidants, and energy from what she thought were wholesome choices. But everything changed when her doctor delivered the shock of her life. Linda was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. She was stunned. How had this happened? What had gone wrong? It wasn't until she sat down with her doctor that she learned the horrifying truth. She was consuming far more sugar than she ever realized, all hidden in the food she had trusted as healthy options. Every single morning, she had been flooding her body with sugar, and it was slowly sabotaging her health. Dr. Williams, who has decades of experience in treating older adults, explains why sugar is such a threat to seniors. As we age, our bodies don't process sugar as efficiently as they once did. That spike in blood sugar that you might have gotten away with when you were younger becomes much more dangerous after 60, he warns. His words hit home for many of his patients, as they realize just how much their bodies have changed over time. Dr. Williams often shares a startling comparison with his patients. A seemingly innocent, sweet breakfast can pack in more sugar than eating 4 candy bars. Yes, 4, before you even finish your morning coffee. And the worst part is, most people have no clue this is happening. So, what exactly happens inside your body when you eat a sugary breakfast, especially after 60? Let's break it down. The moment that sweetened yogurt, juice, or Danish hits your stomach, your blood sugar levels skyrocket. Your pancreas springs into action, trying to produce enough insulin to deal with the flood of sugar that's entering your bloodstream. But here's the catch. Your pancreas, while still working hard, isn't quite as efficient as it was in your younger years. It struggles to produce insulin at the same rate, and as a result, your body is under stress right from the very start of your day. Instead of your body easing into the morning with natural energy, it's fighting against this overwhelming sugar rush. The immediate effects are jarring. Your blood sugar spikes quickly, leaving you feeling momentarily energized or even euphoric. But the danger lies in what happens next. Your blood sugar crashes just 2 hours later. That's when the fatigue sets in. You feel tired, shaky, and suddenly ravenous. You might find yourself reaching for more sugary foods to give you that quick pick-me-up, only to repeat the cycle. And as you age, this cycle becomes harder to break. The result? More stress on your body, more risk to your health, and more emotional frustration as you wonder why you're not feeling as good as you used to. Many foods that are marketed as healthy breakfast choices are sugar bombs in disguise. Take fruit-flavored yogurt, for example. It might seem like a wholesome option, but it can contain as much sugar as a scoop of ice cream. A seemingly harmless glass of orange juice, even though it's made from 100% fruit, still concentrates the sugars from several pieces of fruit without any of the fiber that would normally slow down the sugar absorption. That means your body processes it much faster, leading to that dangerous sugar spike. Even those cereals marketed as heart-healthy are often loaded with sugar, more than you would find in a chocolate chip cookie, which is shocking for many to learn. Margaret, another of Dr. Williams's patients, was horrified when she discovered the hidden sugar in her breakfast. "I thought I was doing the right thing," she says, her voice filled with disbelief. "Every morning, I'd have a big glass of apple juice and a bowl of raisin bran. I thought I was being healthy. I was getting fiber. I was having fruit. It never occurred to me that I was starting my day with more sugar than I should have." When Margaret learned the truth, she felt blindsided. That seemingly simple breakfast, which she had thought was so nutritious, was contributing to the very health problems she had been trying to avoid. The long-term effects of this constant sugar overload can be disastrous, particularly for seniors. When your blood sugar levels are constantly rising and falling, it puts immense strain on your body. Dr. Williams warns that this kind of stress increases the risk of serious health problems. You're putting yourself at risk for developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline, he says gravely. But that's not all. Recent research has also shown strong links between high sugar intake and increased inflammation throughout the body. This can make arthritis and joint pain even worse, leaving seniors feeling more tired, sore, and defeated. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But here's the silver lining. It's never too late to make a change. You don't have to give up on breakfast or the joy of eating. The key is to make smarter choices. Opt for foods that provide natural sweetness without all the harmful sugar. Choose foods that give you fiber, protein, and healthy fats to help stabilize your blood sugar levels throughout the day. Take Tom, for example, a 68-year-old man who made a simple change 3 months ago. "I used to have sweetened instant oatmeal with dried fruit every morning," he says, a smile creeping onto his face. "It was sweet, it tasted good, but it always left me crashing mid-morning. Now, I eat plain Greek yogurt with fresh berries and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The berries give me just enough sweetness, but I don't have that crash anymore. My energy is steady all morning long." For Tom, the change wasn't just physical, it was emotional too. He feels better, more in control of his health, and happier knowing that he's making choices that benefit his future. Dr. Williams recommends a few easy tricks to spot hidden sugars in your breakfast choices. When you're looking at labels, pay attention to words that end in "ose", like fructose, glucose, and dextrose. These are all different types of sugar. Watch out for syrups, honey, and fruit juice concentrates. While they might sound natural, they still raise your blood sugar just like refined sugar does. And when it comes to artificial sweeteners, Dr. Williams urges caution. They're not the solution, he says firmly. Research has shown that they can still affect your blood sugar levels and even disrupt how your body processes real sugar. Plus, many seniors report digestive problems when they consume them. Instead, try these natural ways to add sweetness to your breakfast without all the downsides. Cinnamon. It adds sweetness to foods without a single gram of sugar, and it has health benefits, like helping to stabilize blood sugar levels. Fresh berries. These little powerhouses provide natural sweetness along with antioxidants that support your overall health. A ripe banana. It's the perfect addition to oatmeal, adding natural sweetness while also providing potassium, fiber, and vitamins. Dr. Williams emphasizes that the goal isn't to cut out all sugar. It's about making the right choices, he says. When you choose natural sources of sweetness that come with other nutritional benefits, you're doing yourself a huge favor. Your taste buds will adjust, and soon enough, you'll start noticing the natural sweetness in foods you never even thought about before. Carol, age 73, agrees wholeheartedly. At first, I thought everything tasted bland without sugar, she says with a chuckle. But after a few weeks, I started to taste the natural sweetness in things like fresh peaches and strawberries. Now, I can't even handle sugary foods. They taste way too sweet. It's important to remember that making these changes doesn't mean you're giving up flavor or enjoyment. You don't have to sacrifice taste for health. It's about making mindful decisions that help you feel your best and protect your body as you age. Start small. Maybe swap that sugary cereal for a bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruit this week. Maybe try adding some cinnamon to your morning yogurt. These changes may seem small, but they will have a powerful, lasting impact on your health. And your body will thank you by giving you more energy, more stable moods, and better overall health. Remember, you're in charge of your health. You can choose to make small changes that will have a big payoff down the road, and with each step, you'll be taking control of your future, one sweet, healthy choice at a time. 3. High-fat foods. Let's take a deep dive into a familiar topic that often gets overlooked, especially as we grow older: the foods we choose to fuel our mornings. For many of us, breakfast has always been a time for comfort, nostalgia, and a moment to indulge in our favorite foods. It's the meal that kicks off the day, and we often want it to be hearty, filling, and satisfying. But what happens when that indulgence comes at a price? Some of our beloved breakfast staples, especially high-fat foods, can silently sabotage our health, particularly as we age. I'm talking about bacon, sausage, buttery croissants, and all the other greasy, fried favorites that have long been associated with a hearty breakfast. Unfortunately, these deliciously tempting choices can become a real danger for seniors. And the truth is, we don't always realize the long-term damage they can cause. Let's consider David, who is 75 years old. David used to swear by his hearty breakfast of 2 fried eggs, 3 strips of crispy bacon, and buttered toast. It was his go-to meal for years. I thought I needed a substantial breakfast to keep me going, especially at my age, he says with a shrug, as though it was just the way things were. It's a sentiment that many seniors can relate to. This idea that a heavy breakfast is essential to start the day off right. But things started to change when David went to see his doctor for a routine checkup, and his cholesterol numbers were off the charts. My doctor showed me the results, he recalls, still in disbelief. My cholesterol levels were through the roof. Like so many others, David had no idea that his favorite breakfast was slowly but surely damaging his heart and overall health. It's important to note that while fats aren't inherently bad for you, there are certain fats that, over time, can wreak havoc on your cardiovascular system. Dr. Williams, a physician specializing in senior health, explains that fatty foods are particularly problematic for seniors because of how our bodies change with age. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down, he explains. Our bodies simply don't process fats the way they did when we were younger. And that's where the issue lies. Those same greasy breakfast foods that may have seemed harmless when you were younger now have a much greater impact on your heart health, cholesterol levels, and energy. What was once a treat can become a threat, and the effects might not be immediately noticeable, but they're cumulative. The real trouble comes from saturated fats. These are the fats typically found in processed breakfast meats like bacon, sausage, and ham, and they can have a serious effect on your body's ability to process cholesterol. Over time, these fats raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, which leads to plaque buildup in your arteries. For seniors, the risks are even more pronounced, as the arteries become stiffer and less flexible with age. This makes it harder for your body to pump blood efficiently, which can lead to an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular issues. It's scary to think that something as simple as a morning habit could have such a profound impact on your long-term health. David wasn't the only one shocked by the consequences of his breakfast choices. Dr. Williams often finds that many of his patients don't connect the dots between their fatigue and their morning meals. A lot of people don't realize that fatty breakfasts can leave them feeling tired and sluggish all day long, he says, shaking his head. This happens because high-fat meals take more effort for the body to digest. When you eat fatty foods first thing in the morning, your body has to work extra hard to break them down, and instead of feeling energized and ready to take on the day, you feel sluggish and drained. It's like running on empty because your body is still trying to process that heavy meal, leaving you with no energy to enjoy the activities you love. Consider Martha, 68, who used to indulge in one of her all-time favorite breakfast treats, buttery croissants. They seemed lighter than eggs and bacon, so she believed they were a better, healthier option. "I thought a croissant was the safer bet," she admits with a sigh, "but I had no idea how much saturated fat was hiding in those layers." One butter croissant, she learned, can contain as much saturated fat as 4 strips of bacon. That was an eye-opener for her. She recalls her surprise when Dr. Williams explained the hidden dangers. The issue isn't just about cholesterol, it's also about inflammation. Dr. Williams explains that a diet high in saturated fats, especially when consumed in the morning, can trigger widespread inflammation throughout the body. For seniors, this inflammation often translates into aching joints, digestive discomfort, and an increased risk of developing heart disease. It's a ripple effect that starts with one simple choice in the morning but can cause a cascade of issues over time. And what about the medications many seniors rely on to stay healthy? For those with high blood pressure or heart disease, morning medications are essential to managing their condition. Dr. Williams points out a critical concern. A high-fat breakfast can interfere with how well these medications work. The wrong foods can disrupt your body's ability to process the medication, making it less effective. He's seen patients whose blood pressure medications have been less effective because of their high-fat breakfast habits. It's a subtle but serious issue that could be compromising your health without you even realizing it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But here's the hopeful part. It's not all doom and gloom. You don't have to give up breakfast or feel like you're sacrificing flavor and enjoyment. You can still have a satisfying and nourishing meal. It's all about making better choices. Dr. Williams emphasizes the importance of incorporating healthy fats into your diet. Healthy fats, such as those found in avocados, nuts, and olive oil, can help reduce bad cholesterol and inflammation. These fats are also more easily processed by your body, giving you long-lasting energy that fuels you throughout the day. And they're a much better option for seniors because they provide a feeling of fullness that keeps you from craving unhealthy snacks later on. When it comes to eggs, the good news is they don't have to be off-limits either. Eggs can be part of a healthy breakfast, says Dr. Williams. The key is in how you prepare them. Instead of frying eggs in butter or oil, try boiling or poaching them. You'll still get all the wonderful protein and nutrients, without loading up on unnecessary fats. Helen, 71, is a perfect example of someone who made simple yet life-changing adjustments to her breakfast routine. I switched from butter to mashed avocado on my whole grain toast, she says, smiling at the memory of her transformation. And instead of the greasy bacon and fried eggs, I have a poached egg with fresh tomatoes. It's simple, but it works for me. The results were remarkable. Her cholesterol levels have improved, her energy levels are more consistent, and most importantly, she feels better than ever. I used to feel exhausted by mid-morning, but now I'm active all day long. I never knew a few small changes could make such a big difference. Helen's story isn't unique. Many seniors who make the switch to healthier fats report feeling better not only physically but also mentally and emotionally. With more stable energy, improved digestion, and less joint pain, they're able to take on the day with a renewed sense of vitality. It's not just about looking after your heart, it's about giving yourself the gift of feeling alive and vibrant at every stage of life. The key takeaway here isn't that you have to completely overhaul your morning routine. It's about being mindful of the choices you make. A small swap here and there can have a profound impact on your health and well-being. Whether it's replacing regular bacon with turkey bacon, adding avocado to your toast instead of butter, or choosing poached eggs over fried, these little changes can add up over time and lead to a healthier, more energetic version of yourself. So remember, your body is your most precious asset. Make it a priority to give it the nourishment it needs to thrive. These simple changes in your breakfast routine can help protect your heart, boost your energy, and ensure that you can continue to do the things you love for many years to come. So, what have you learned so far about the impact of high-fat breakfast foods on your health, especially as we age? Making smarter choices in the morning can have a significant effect on your energy levels, heart health, and overall well-being. Whether it's swapping out greasy bacon for healthier options like turkey bacon, or choosing avocado over butter on your toast, small changes can make a world of difference. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you're going to bring into practice in your life moving forward? Let me know in the comments below. I'm eager to hear how you're going to make healthier choices in your morning routine. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. By subscribing, you'll get more videos like this, filled with tips and insights to help you live your healthiest and most vibrant life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.